What's up, YouTube? Back with another video from Ukraine, and if you noticed by the title, I'm not in Kyiv for once. So this means quarantine restrictions have lifted, the trains, metros, buses, and everything are running again. I didn't have class at all this week, and so I thought, why not take a short, day trip for a couple of days. So I am in the town of Zhytomyr, which is approximately 250,000 people, and it's about an hour and a half west of Kyiv. Now, I kind of did this as an impromptu trip this morning, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to do a lot of research about the city, so I don't know a lot about it. And unfortunately, by the time I got here, my phone was almost dead, so it is in the room charging. So checked in the hotel, thought I'd come out, do just see what's kind of in the vicinity of the hotel, do some quick film tonight, study a little bit more about the town, and then do a little more in-depth videos tomorrow and tell you about some of the things that we see. So let's go check out Zhytomyr. I'll have to do some research about this cathedral and come back tomorrow. Hopefully it will be open. The gate is not open. As you can see, it has the Easter decorations out, the big eggs. So last Sunday was Orthodox Easter here. And here, this little thing here, it is a replica or rendition of the famous popular Easter bread that they make here every year. So I'll read a little bit about the church tonight, and hopefully we can get inside it tomorrow. It's right behind my hotel, so it shouldn't be an issue. So evidently the town is 884 years old. So I know the first thing going across some of your minds are probably like, is it safe to travel around Ukraine by yourself? And like I said, this was kind of an impromptu trip, so I didn't have time to look up safety precautions or anything. So what I did was actually brought a security detail with me somewhere. I told him to stay at least 5 feet behind me at all time. Don't make it look like you're trying to follow me. Follow me, but don't make it look like you're trying to follow me, that type of stuff. And I don't even know where he is. See if I can find him. Oh, here he comes. Ah, the police on motorcycles. Come here. So you can see it's not much security detail, but I do have my little buddy with me. Really loud. Hey, so YouTube, meet Carl. Carl, meet YouTube. First trip together in Ukraine since we moved here. So we'll see how this weekend goes. You can tell he's not much of security detail. He's pretty much scared of his own shadow. Carl, how about you not pee on that? Good grief. Yeah, this ought to be good. Hey, kitty. Hey. Oh, you're friendly. Chubby little thing. You see a kitty, Carl? Are you afraid of them too? There's a big one. Charlie's scared to walk past the cat. Come on. Oh, you're going around a car? Seriously? Good grief. Good morning from Zhytomyr. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I've already got up, had some breakfast, had to bring my security detail out for a potty break here. So I did a little bit of walking around town last night. Nice little town. There's so many churches in about a 2 kilometer radius of my hotel. I don't know how I'm gonna get them all in, so I probably won't get them all. I don't want to turn this into just a cathedral video. I did learn a few things about the city last night. So the first records of the city are from 1242, year 1242, when the Tartars sacked it. It sits on a major river, and today it is a transportation hub that connects Kyiv, Ukraine, Warsaw, Poland, and Minsk, Belarus. So I'm gonna run back upstairs, shower, get out, and see if we can get some video. See you soon. Okay, back to the first cathedral that I started filming yesterday when I got here, so I thought I would come back. I did look this one up online, and I cannot pronounce it. I tried, I listened to it, audio, how to pronounce it, and it's pretty difficult. So I will just, as I make the video, I'll type the name out on the screen, so then you'll see it a little bit later as I'm talking now. I wanted to point out something I missed yesterday. On the Easter bread and the eggs and everything, you will see these letters. Looks in English looks like an X and a V. In Cyrillic, that's a KH, a H, and then a V. So it actually stands for Christos Vakres, which means Christ is risen. So this is the national, traditional greeting that you say to each other on Easter. Christ is risen, and then they repeat back in Ukrainian, risen indeed. So I'm gonna go in and see if I can get any film on the inside. I'm not sure they'll let me, and then maybe even put my drone up here. I'm trying to decide. I'm just now starting. I may wait to do that later in this afternoon. All right, let's see if we can get some film. Here's the name of it. And here's one of the historical markers. Usually has a date on there. I don't see the date. And I can already smell the incense outside the doors here. Okay, just came out of the cathedral. As you can see by now, the lady said I could film, which kind of surprised me. Normally they don't want to let you film in there. Um, I was watching some of my old videos, and I noticed when I go in these churches, I whip the camera around pretty quick, and it's hard to see. So I tried to take my time, and when I panned across the the decor inside, so it wouldn't jerk as much. So trying to be conscious about that. If you have any more suggestions on how I could fix that, let me know. Or if you notice I'm doing it, just place in the comments, tell me to stop. I do want to get a new camera. I'm not that happy with this one. Unfortunately, the model that I want, they stopped making. I found it online, so I need to order it. I guess that's the problem when you're just a poor college kid, especially with no hair. So maybe I should, start a blog, name the channel something to do with me not having any hair or money, something like that. Some of you get that reference. So, okay, I'm gonna walk on down. God, there's so much to see here. I don't know how I'm gonna have time to do it all in one day. Brought Carl out, tried to make him walk this morning with me. We made it back here to the first church. It's the block behind the hotel, and it took us about 20 minutes to get back here because he wanted to stop, didn't want to walk. So I took him back to the room. So I'm gonna go out, do some things, go pick him up later, and then see if he wants to come out and walk. Okay, adventure continues. Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention earlier, when I was looking up just things to do around here. So I guess about 11 kilometers, about 6 miles outside the city, there's an old Soviet tactical missile site that during the Cold War, that was an active site. They do tours, but unfortunately I can't get there. I don't have time. And one of the other things I just found online as well, I was noticing quite a few things around here written in Polish. I thought maybe it's because it's closer to the border. So evidently, Zhytomyr, the city here, is home to Ukraine's minority Polish population, so I didn't know that. So you see behind me here, it is the Transfiguration Church of Jesus of Zhytomyr. And so the plaque on the wall says that this was transformed or converted in 1087, and then converted back into a cathedral status in 1874, so it's quite old. So this is a Russian Orthodox cathedral in Ukraine, and so here's a little bit of a history lesson for you. I'll probably screw some of this up, but fact checkers say it's at least 75% accurate. So prior to 2000, I believe it was 18, Ukraine fell under the Moscow Patriarchy of the Orthodox Church, which was subservient to the Constantinople Patriarchy. So in 2000, I think it was 18, the Constantinople Patriarchy granted Ukraine its autocephaly, or its own independent patriarchy. So now there is the Russian Patriarchy churches in Ukraine, and there are the Ukraine Patriarchy churches in Ukraine. So you can imagine, because of the war in the East, just the political fallout and ramifications that came with that. So if you hear me say this is a Russian Orthodox Church or Ukrainian Orthodox Church, that's what I mean. So the bells have stopped ringing. I'm going to go in, see if I can get some video, once again, see if they'll let me, and let's go check it out. Okay, I'll have to admit that was a pretty impressive church inside. As soon as I got inside, some kid came up to me and was basically yelling at me because I didn't christen myself in front of the altar when I walked in. So here's another quick history lesson for you. So most people don't realize, or at least I didn't, so I say most people didn't realize under communism, religion was banned. So most priests or preachers or whatever the correct terminology was, they practiced in private, had religious services in private homes, out in the middle of the woods, things like this, so they wouldn't get caught by the government. Because under communism, the party or the state or the party was your religion, and the party leaders were your priests. And so that was just one way they exerted control over the people. So after the fall of communism, there was a resurgence of religion in Russia. And so this is where it kind of gets into the whole political part of the Moscow Patriarchy over Ukraine, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to get too much into it. So I just thought I would put that out there. So that's the since the fall of the Soviet Union, you've seen this resurgence of religion in Russia and in the former satellite states as well, which is why some of these churches are just amazing and people really cling to their religions here. That's why I got yelled at for not christening myself in front of the altar. So another little historic fact for you.